What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building. It's True Talks, cause True Talks. You feel me? Let's get straight right into it. So you already know, if you just watched, you watched the Western Conference playoff preview that I did for the first round, and now we're doing the Eastern Conference playoff preview. You know what I'm saying? And we're definitely gonna dive straight right into it. Let's get a look. It's a great time of the year, so let's see what we're working with. You feel me? All right. So the first matchup, we got the first seed and the 8th seed. We got Milwaukee and Detroit just snuck in there. We got that. I don't know if what's going on with Blake Griffin's health fully, but we'll see how good he is. But those guys can bang. Those guys can bang. You got Drummond and you got Blake Griffin. But at the end of the day, it should be a sweep or a 5-game series for Milwaukee. They just got too much shooting. But this series should be a 4 or 5 game sweep regardless, even if Giannis struggles regardless. You know what I'm saying? It should be light work. So the next one is definitely you already know, this is the channel. This is definitely the one we're gonna go in depth with. We're gonna go in depth with this. We'll save the best for last. Let's skip that shit. So we're gonna go with the next one. We got the 3rd and the 6th seed, and we're gonna go with Philly. We're gonna go with Philly versus the Nets. That one is not gonna be as easy, man. That one might be a 6-game series. It might be a 6-game series. I think Philly will pull out. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll pull out, but Embiid, listen, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth right now. All right, Embiid might miss a couple games, but Embiid is a problem. But in the clutch, he struggles, especially versus good defensive bigs. He struggles, and Jared Allen is a good defensive big, mainly elite on the help side. His on ball is okay, but he's a good defensive big, a solid defensive big. And Embiid, all those shimmies and all those takes and face-up bank shots, and you know that he does earlier in the game and in the regular season in the clutch, he just tries to just bully and and throw up and draw fouls, and it never works. He actually doesn't bring none of those moves, man. And he struggles in the clutch. He struggles. And then you have Ben Simmons playing rebound the role like DeAndre Jordan in the clutch. So it's like there's no spacing. You get what I'm saying? Like it might come down to where they might have to bring McConnell, man, and put Ben Simmons off the bench. It depends how he's playing. But the firepower with the Nets is guard play. And if anyone could lock that shit up, is Jimmy Butler. You get what I'm saying? So he could lock up Russell. Russell's a problem, but it's only so much they could do. So I feel that the 76ers are the better team for a reason. I feel like they'll pull it out, but it'll be a struggle. It'll be a 6-game series, I think, at least. Then I think the 2 at home, the Nets will win. If they can sneak one out, but the 2 at home, I think they'll win. I think they'll win for sure. And then the 76ers definitely. And the thing is, too, bad decision making in the clutch for 76ers. God damn, yo. Especially Ben Simmons, man. Turnover king in the clutch. Bruh, like, I'm not worried about the Sixers at all. But definitely, the only one I'll let's say scared of is Tobias and Butler. I'm not even worried about Embiid too much either in the clutch. It's been known. So anyways, I feel like the 76ers will win in 6 games. So we'll move on to the next. This might be a tough series. We got the Celtics and Indiana. People are sleeping just because there's no Oladipo. But listen, Wes Matthews, he locks up. He's the real 3-and-D type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And they've been playing well. But you still need a superstar. You still need one. Especially to create in those situations, those moments. There's only so much plays you could do. Like, people could help, they could gap, they could recover. There's so many backdoor plays, you know, down screens, etc. that you could do that are actually going to work. Eventually, it's going to come down to the superstar where he just has to ISO, and you can't really game plan for that. You can't guard. Like, you can't say, oh, he's going to do a hezzy left, he's going to do a right. You could say that, but in the moment, he might just switch it up and hit you, and he get a bucket. That's why stars always win. That's why stars always win, because they're the ones who are unpredictable. The predictable are the role players. So when you have too many role players, there's only so much they could do. You get what I'm saying? There's only so much they could do. Bogdanovich will probably go to work. You know what I'm saying? But there's only so much they could do. Boston, it just depends which Boston team shows up. But playoff time, I know Kyrie will get the boys going. Brad Stevens will get the boys going. So I expect them to be an elite team in the playoffs. Like, forget that regular season shit. Like, at the end of the day, you got to understand why they're fighting the regular season. They're fighting the regular season because individual goals and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, when you're an individual talented person, you know your responsibility when it's playoff time. You know that feeling you get in your chest. You have to rise your level of play. So individually, they're all going to rise their level of play and they want to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna take all that regular season shit. Is kind of like, it's day by day. You kind of live and you kind of go, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. Let me do this step back. But in the playoffs, everybody's gonna rise their level of play. So don't get it twisted. Don't expect to see that garbage Boston team you see. It's gonna be a real team. And Kyrie, at the end of the day, you have Kyrie. That's a real proven clutch closer, game winning shot in the finals. This is the real deal. Like this is a Kobe Ricard. You know, this is Kobe part 2. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. This guy will definitely carry. He'll definitely carry. So I see Boston winning maybe in 6 games. It actually might be 5, depending on if they could steal one in Philly, and if they could steal one in Indiana. But I think it might be 6. I think Indiana might win 2 at home. I think 5-6. Don't get it twisted. I feel like they'll wake up. I feel like Boston will wake up. I feel like it might be 5. I think Boston in 5. I'll be surprised if it's 7, but 5-6. I'll go with that. Yep. All right, so the next one, you already know, is the breadwinner. This is all the juicy stuff, man. It's all the juicy stuff. Listen, we going with this one real quick, man. The Raptors, definitely. Now, we're going to go in depth with this one. We're going to go with play style. We're going to go in depth with this one. The Raptors and the Magic, the 2 and the 7 seed. Raptors, always with the Frozen, have struggled in the playoffs. Lowry, they've always struggled. But this year, it's a different year. You have Kawhi. You have a proven closer. You have a proven winner. You have a champion. You know what I'm saying? And Danny, don't sleep on that. You know what I'm saying? The intangibles. But listen, Magic is a tough matchup. Don't get it twisted. Magic is a tough matchup. Listen, Terrence Ross off the bench with all those screens. He's an explosive guy off the bench. So Norman Powell's got to match that. He's got to match that. You know what I'm saying? Norman Powell and Van Fleet got to match that. Now, Kawhi, if you watch the other games, they know the game plan. They kind of double Kawhi, and Kawhi goes into the paint, and teams are going to do that. I showed you guys. So Kawhi has to be hitting his mid-range and be pulling up. He can't be going to the paint like that OD. You know what I'm saying? Now, the X factor is Siakam. The reason why I say that is Jonathan Isaac is going to be guarding Siakam, and Pascal struggles. He struggles because that spin shit, all that shit he does, it's an elite move. But that shit does not work with a guy with your length and your height. You know what I'm saying? And even longer arms. Like, if you've seen, he palm blocks, he's been blocking Siakam. Like, Siakam's been struggling against Jonathan Isaac. You know what I'm saying? So if Siakam struggles, it's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be tougher. I still, obviously, Raptors, I feel like will still win. Feel like they'll still win. I think this is a test for the Raptors. If Raptors come out with they win in 6 or 7, that's bullshit. That means where you think as far they're going to go, is going to be a struggle. It's going to be more of a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because that should not happen. This is a test. The Raptors need a sweep or win in 5 games. And I see if it's the real Raptors. I see if it's the real guys. I see who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. But again, Vukovic is a problem. He spaces out. You know what I'm saying? And kind of Biggs always struggle guarding that. He spaces out. He hits threes like that. He's a problem, man. He's a problem. Lowry definitely is an X factor throughout the whole playoffs. But this series, if Siakam struggles, it's a problem because he's the second leader scorer. It's the Crash Brothers. You get what I'm saying? The Crash Brothers got to go to work. But you can't be crashing too much in this series. No. You gotta hit some pull-ups. You gotta hit some shots. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hit some jump shots. That's what it comes down to. And the bench, Raptors bench too, has to be crucial. That's what it comes down to. So we'll see how that goes, man. And this and Nick Nurse, man, you gotta tell them to discipline. Know your personnel, KYP, especially Siakam. Know who to gap and recover off of. Do it. Keep doing it. They hit 2-3 shots. No, I'm not helping no more. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta adjust in the game. You gotta adjust. And Nick Nurse is on you, please. Obviously, the players still have to hold themselves accountable. But Nick Nurse, please, come see the doctor, man. Somebody holler at him. Come on, man. You gotta instill this in their brain. They gotta know these KYP and situational moments are crucial. Because if Orlando gets hot, it's lights out, man. Come on, man. Anyways, so Raptors should win that one. They should win that one in 5. I'm putting them to the test. Forget all that other shit that I was talking about other teams. Them, this is personal. You niggas better win in 5. You know what I'm saying? You better win in 5. If you don't win in 5, my guard's up. My guard's up. You get what I'm saying? My guard's up. You better win in 5. That shit should be 5 for Raptors. End of discussion, man. So, like I did, we're going to do who I think should be in the Eastern Conference Finals or who I think is going to be there. See, now, I expect the top 4 teams to advance. So then, that's the thing. The way this road is paved, it's paved nice and clean. You know when you have dust on the pavement and someone just came in, blew it off, swept it. Swept it to the side, you know what I'm saying? It's nice and clean. It's a clean paved road. But it's a clean paved road for the Raptors. Because out of all the top 3 teams, well, top 4 teams, Raptors are one of them. So 3 teams out of there, Sixers are the easiest one for Raptors to face. You know what I'm saying? They've been slapping them regular season. They've been eating. Kawhi locks up Ben Simmons. They ain't doing none of that shit. Cookies all day. Pillsbury. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're the least threat. So the fact that Raptors are facing them second in the second round, if they win, that's light work. That's light work. You face them or you face the Nets. That's light work compared to the other series. You know what I'm saying? And then now, so I expect Raptors to go to the East Finals. That's given. Now, Boston Celtics and Milwaukee. It depends which Milwaukee shows up, because Boston knows how to guard guys like Giannis and guys like Simmons. They know how to guard them. They put the big on them, like Horford, and they guard him. That's how they guard them, right? So especially like you have the other big Brook spacing out, they'll put a 4 on him. They'll put a big on Giannis and they'll guard him. And Horford has lock-up defense. So the way to beat Milwaukee is let that nigga score 50 or 60. It's all twos. It's all twos. Let him score 50 or 60, man. Don't help. The minute you help, it's lights out. So if I know Boston is smart. They stick to a game plan. Boston has a closer. They have, you know what I mean? I feel like Boston's definitely going to beat Milwaukee. I don't trust Milwaukee because I've never seen them eat in the playoffs anyways. You know what I'm saying? I trust Kyrie. I've seen it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? I trust that. So I see Boston and Raptors in the East Finals, and I'm going to be breaking down not only Raptors, I'm going to be doing other teams as well, so stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? It's a great time for the playoffs, man. It's a great time. Definitely something you got to see. You can't miss it. I feel like this playoffs is going to be a lot of close games. There will be some blowouts, don't get it twisted, but there's going to be a lot of close games and close series, more than you think, man. I think so. I'll be surprised if not. I'll be surprised. Anyways, share, like, and subscribe. It's your boy Banks. It's True Talks, because True Talks, you feel me? And I'm out, man.